Universities receive a lot of money, coaches get paid a lot of money. And what does a player get? Back when I was a young person, you got a degree, normally you had a job waiting for you. Those times have changed. Ohio State is arguably the most powerful institution in America with the greatest alumni network that there is. It is so competitive out there right now, you need to have something on that resume other than just that degree. We need to give them a career.
So step one starts in the spring. That's when we bring in speakers to just fill our guys' toolbox on everything imaginable. You know, we call it Real Life Wednesday because typically it happens on a Wednesday during spring football. So that's step one, bringing in speakers to fill toolboxes.
The one quality that I look for and I always seem to work the best is intensity. One of the people that were really, really intense.
We look for people who have a noble purpose. Like, are these people lit, man? Is there a fire burnt? Do they just have a fire, a passion?
That they want to learn, they care, they're going to show up on time. You would look for, I call it much more the EQ than the IQ. You know, it's much more, can you relate to people?
I want people who, in fact, are all in. And you don't get people all in unless you capture their hearts and minds.
The best thing is always developing relationships. Everything you do reflects on you and is part of your reputation, your brand.
Step two, that's when we give our players internship opportunities, shadow opportunities, mock interviews. One good thing about Columbus, Ohio is it's a major city. You have a lot of Fortune 500 companies here in Columbus and it's only growing. We don't want to make sure our guys are just set for the next 4 years they're here. You know, my goal is to make sure they're set up for the next 40 years.
Brady Taylor, live from my balcony in Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton. Just finishing up my first day of interning. Happy to be here and go Bucks.
Last summer I was fortunate enough to go down to the Ritz-Carlton through a contact that I made through Real Life Wednesdays. I was able to go down to one of the highest grossing Ritz-Carltons on the East Coast of the United States and kind of just pick their brains and have interviews with everyone from the top to the bottom of the hotel. I just feel confident now from meeting with all these people, and then on top of that, getting the real work experience. So when I go into my first job, I'm not nervous. I feel like I've done it before.
Probably around Maymester, there's a little bit of downtime, and Coach Meyer just came out of a meeting talking about internships and guys who have earned that right to go out there and basically set their life up after football. And I felt like I had earned that right, and I went up to him literally right after the meeting and I said, Coach Meyer, I want to go to Nike. And it shocked me, but it didn't shock me his response. It was like, okay, done.
Hey. Liam McCullough.
Hey.
I just want to thank you, first of all. A little over a year ago, Goldman Sachs came to Coach Meyer's Real Life Wednesdays, and last May they invited me to go to the Goldman Sachs undergraduate camp. The way that they do their hiring is they do it through a 10-week summer internship program, but because I can't do that because I'm here playing football, they're trying to kind of create like a custom path to get up into the firm. People want to hire people that are affiliated with greatness and that come from an elite culture like there is here at Ohio State and on the team. And Goldman Sachs is absolutely an elite culture. And so without Ohio State, without this Real Life Wednesday program, I wouldn't have any of the connections that I do now.
And then final conclusion is step three, which is the job fair, when we invite 100+ companies just for student athletes. Where you have, shirt, ties, we give our guys business cards, you have your Real Life Wednesday folder, and you're walking around starting that network process right now.
I remember coming to this job fair myself in 2012 when it first got started, not knowing what was going to happen. Ended up, I'm back here giving back. Connections from this job fair, opened a lot of avenues for myself to where I am today because Fidelity, helped out and was at the job fair and gave me a chance to give them my resume. They understood that, this guy has a good work ethic and Coach Meyer will stand behind you with anything.
Ohio State has definitely set the tone as far as helping student athletes prepare for life after sports. These guys get this experience. All these guys are walking around with business cards, which is how I ended up getting my opportunity at Quicken Loans. But Ohio State sets you up and lays down that platform for you to succeed when your sport is over.
My goal is to make sure our players have at least 4 job opportunities before they graduate. So that's either before you walking across the stage to shake the president's hand because you just graduated from the Ohio State, or you walking across the stage to shake Commissioner Roger Goodell's hand because you just went first round. If you do that for 4 years throughout your career, you have a job, you have a career, you have something waiting for you once you're done playing here at Ohio State. And that's my goal and that's Coach Meyer's goal.